All right, hey, make sure you guys stay tuned. Docks and rocks. We're mixing it up. Chatterbait, swim jig. A couple tips you're not gonna wanna miss. Catching some good bass. We're here on Cayuga. This has been fun, Jared.
Get after it.
Oh.
Old bladed jig.
Yeah, man.
Well, that didn't take long, Cody Meyer. Yeah, skinny. That's the skinniest Cayuga fish I've caught. Look at that thing.
Dude, that thing needs to get on those yellow perch, man.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, we just kind of started here real close to the ramp. Cody actually caught some in the tournament, right?
Yeah.
Right over here.
Yeah, so what I did is I was fishing offshore the whole time. I came here, fished shallow, threw the evergreen jackhammer here, Yamamoto Zako. So you're throwing a jackhammer, and I caught 4 nice ones, like all 3.5 pounders. So I figured, you know what? Let's kind of start where I left off in the tournament, fish around, see if we can get a bite or two. And
didn't take too long.
No, about 3 minutes deep, got a bite. That's how it should be, right?
That's how it should be. Another one.
Another one, dude.
He's hammered it, man. You know, so Cody, I know that I don't know that you fish this rod, but this here is a Tackle Warehouse exclusive. They call it the reaction bait rod. So it's a DXB, 7'3".
Yeah.
And it's for all kinds of reaction baits, right? Like right here, I'm throwing a vibrating jig. It's really, really nice square bill rod, spinner bait rod. Heck, I even know guys that put braid on a reel and throw a buzz bait on it. But that's exclusively made by Daiwa for Tackle Warehouse. It's got kind of the Tackle Warehouse colors here. It's just a phenomenal rod for reaction baits. That's what it's designed for. So they also have one that's a frog rod.
Really?
Same thing. It's green. It's got a little frog on it. But yeah, they're nice rods, exclusively at Tackle, and I mean, the action on it is really nice. Like on a chatterbait or, a lot of those reaction style baits, you don't want a solid graphite rod. You want more of a parabolic bend. Allows the fish to eat the bait better.
100%.
Land them a lot better. You
Hook.
can see that. I mean, look at how that tip of that rod's just bouncing.
Yeah, dude, that thing looks
if you
good.
have too heavy of a rod, like a solid graphite, what's going to happen is you're not going to feel that bait as much. And when a fish eats it, you might pull it away from it. So
yeah. I'm gonna have to try that thing, man.
Oh, that's nice, dude. I cranked a lot of fish on it, like square billing and obviously bladed jig, spinnerbait, things like that. I think I'm hosed, Cody Meyer.
What is that? Fishing line.
I just threw over the cable.
There he is, Jared.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Biggin', bro.
Biggin'. What was that on? How powerful that?
Dude, skip that grass ripper under there.
Really? Just smoked it.
Dude, that was cool.
Wow. Nice.
Dude, we just made a move. So we started right where I ended off the tournament, and Jared says, hey, I have this reed line over here. Let's go hit it. Skipped it under that dock, man. That was rad, man. Those are the bites you look for right there. Look at that thing, man. Hey, this is the way we want to start the day off here.
Heck yeah. You know, it's interesting, Cody, I'm sure you think a lot, the same thought process here. So what we have is all this eelgrass, obviously some reeds here. There's one dock.
Yeah.
There's a dock, some docks way down there, no docks that way. So it's like a magnet.
Yeah.
So a lot of people driving by, if they're skipping docks or one of the fish docks, oh, that's only one dock. I mean, it's not worth my time.
Yeah,
a lot of times there might be 10 fish on that one dock.
Yeah.
And guys just drive right by it because they want to go up there and fish dock, 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 dock.
Yeah.
And not to say there's not fish up there, but when you have an isolated piece of cover like a dock in the middle of nowhere, that's like a magnet.
It's a magnet.
You know fishing at Clear Lake just as well as I do. A single dock by itself,
yep, 100%.
Anywhere in the country, you're gonna pull up and get a bite,
yeah.
usually.
It's definitely a magnet for sure. Like I say, you don't see one for a while. That is, you just nailed it. I mean, the average tournament guy is gonna go, hey, I wanna hit multiple in a row. I don't wanna waste my time on just one. So he's gonna keep going. But
keep going, and I mean, I've done it. I know you did it somewhere in a cup.
Yeah.
On one dock.
One dock.
You catch 8 or 10 fish off of it. I mean, it's crazy the way it happens like that. So now maybe we should run around the lake, find one dock.
Look for one dock.
Where's your helmet?
I knew I needed a helmet there.
Oh. There he is. He's on. Dang, way up underneath the dock.
Way up under there.
Awesome.
That was cool, man, making a skip up under there. You know, I'm throwing this Yamamoto Zako paddle tail and on this swim jig, and man, you can really skip it up under there. That bigger profile just lays it up under there. But that's it, man. We've hit only a couple docks so far. Got a couple bites. Throwing a swim jig sure is fun. You know, this is the Evergreen Grass Ripper, you know, and it's a swim jig. What I love about this bait is the head design. You know, you get a lot of wobble, a lot of action. So to me, throwing a swim jig, that's very important. Plus this head design, it comes through structure so well. You know, of course, it's really made for swimming in grass. You know, we're pitching, skipping under docks with grass under there, and it's gonna go through the grass really well. Also comes over wood and rock, but this head design really makes this thing what it is. You know, just has a ton of action, ton of roll on this bait here. You know, the skirt is hand tied, perfect weed guard. It's not too stiff. It's not light enough though where you can't bring it through structure. You know, it's 3/8 of an ounce, and awesome hook in the same colors we have in the jackhammer. You know, the same, the really popular colors. You know, I'm pairing that up with a Yamamoto baits. This is a Zako, but it's got the paddle tail on there. So you're gonna have a lot of action. Where on the jackhammer, I don't like the paddle tail. I like the paddle tail on the swim jig. Just makes it a complete package here. You know, you can skip this bait really well. You can fish it in open water over grass, wood. It's a very versatile bait. Hookup ratio is really good on this thing, and catches a lot of big ones and a lot of fish as well. Big one?
No, just ate it on the lift.
Saw that.
I mean, dude, that's what I was telling you about with these kind of rods. You know, you want a real forgiving rod, because if you had a graphite rod, I might have pulled that away from that fish, but he's got it. Not the biggest one, but
nice one.
Man, you know, when I'm throwing that jig like I am, what this is there's a lot of rock piles right through here. It's like an old bridge or something, and comes up to, like, in areas 2 foot, and there's a bunch of scattered milfoil and that cabbage grass. And what I'm doing is kind of lifting it. You know, I fished this spot in the tournament, and first I caught them winding, and then, you know, I put a lot of pressure on them. There's some other boats around, so I got into this kind of real quick snap retrieve, like where I'm fishing it, and I'm using the reel. This is a 7:1 to gear ratio to Tool Elite SV TW, and what I'm doing is using the reel to generate the action of that bait and let it fall back down, and that's the way I ended up catching them. 18-pound shooter line. You know, when I'm throwing a vibrating jig, predominantly I throw like 20-pound sniper when I'm just fishing offshore grass and stuff, but I wanted the shooter because it's a little bit more abrasive resistance, especially around these rocks. There's a couple pieces of wood out here. So I had a couple fish get behind something, and I actually, you know, got them away from it. Line was a little frayed up, but I still managed to land the fish. So 18-pound shooter is what I do when I'm fishing like this. And plus, with that smaller diameter line, with that lifting technique, it's going to allow that bait to fall quicker than if you're throwing 20 or 22 or 25 or even braid. So hopefully we can get another fish here. It's a big something. Dude, you see it?
Dude, if it's a bass.
I don't know what it is. Dang, dude. I mean, it almost pulled me in the lake, Cody. I don't know what it is. Oh my gosh.
Oh, dude. Pike King, man.
Look at that. That's a freaking trophy.
Jared's on the pike. Jared's on the muskie.
That's a nice pike.
Dude, that is a big pike.
Whoa! We almost had a problem there, Cody.
Hey, that thing almost jumped in your lap, man.
Oh my.
Here, I'll grab him, dude.
I can't get a hold of him.
Let me help you, Jared. Look at that beast, man.
I can't get a hold of him.
Hey.
How long is that thing? Is it as long as your leg?
Hey, look at that. Look at the mouth on that dude.
Look at this. Look at this measure. From there to here. Dude, that's as long as my leg.
Hey, that is one mean dude. Take a look at that thing.
Holy smokes.
You want to pick?
Yeah. How do you...
Here, dude.
Where'd you get them at?
Put your hand and lift the thing.
No. All right, Cody, question for you.
Yeah.
So I'm throwing this black and blue jackhammer, and you know, one of my favorite trailers in the summertime kind of thing is like a paddle tail type swim bait. This here is a Eco Pro swing shad, green pumpkin, just a favorite color of mine. But you know, I was throwing a white one during the course of the tournament, and again I went to the paddle tail type swim bait. Now a lot of other guys, you know, when they're up shallower or even here, they would choose to like a craw or, you know, a beaver or some kind of creature bait as a trailer. What do you like? Do you have a system like colder the water, you throw swim bait trailer, craw trailer? You know, I kind of, that's what I kind of do. Earlier in the year, I throw like a creature style bait,
Sure.
more movement,
Yeah.
you know, bigger profile, and then the warmer the water gets, I want a kind of a swimming action.
I agree. You know, I throw the Yamamoto Zako
Yeah.
90% of the time. And when I'm not, you know, it's gonna be something like a, maybe a twin tail grub and a white or something if you're going for that shad look, something like that. But I think you nailed it though. You know, in the pre-spawn, you know, they're really on crawdads. So if you're going with like maybe a red jackhammer, you want definitely like a craw pattern or the hot craw, you know, then you go something with some action, creature bait style. And then after that, basically I'm doing the Zako for me, you know, and if not, it's gonna be something like a twin tail grub, you know, with some action again. But I like, you know, for a white one, you know, any type of bait fish, obviously you're gonna match the hatch, you know, and but that Zako has a ton of action for me, but you know, this is working too, you know, the paddle tail style there. And I think the chatterbait, you know, that jackhammer is just an unbelievable bait. It's gonna get a lot of bites.
Has real erratic action. I mean, you can feel it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, like there really is no, this is the only chatterbait trailer you throw. Like
No.
I know guys like, you know, Delta, Clear Lake, they throw a full-size Zoom brush hog.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
And catch your fish.
But they catch monsters, you know, so
Yeah.
really it's kind of whatever you're confident in, I think. But swimming stuff, warmer the water temp, and maybe cooler water temps, you're throwing more of a creature style.
Yeah,
Would
more
you say
action,
that's more...
slow the bait down a little bit. It's not moving as fast, you know, it's pushing off a little bit more water. And that seems like it's always a good deal when you're throwing a chatterbait.
Oh, he's on. Nice.
There he is.
Dude, that's a nice one.
That's a nice one. Man, that thing clobbered that swim jig.
Sweet. Pretty fish.
Pretty fish. That's what we're after.
There he is.
There we go. Look at that largemouth. Man, I'll tell you what, they are thick up here on Lake Cayuga. Awesome swim jig. I'm gonna release this fish. I wanna give you guys a little bit of a tip on this swim jig. That's something simple. It's gonna help you guys get more bites. Go ahead and put her back. All right, so a quick tip here on the swim jig. Really, anytime you're fishing grass, I do this with a chatterbait and a swim jig, but check this out, guys. See the tag end here, it's a Palomar knot, and the tag end is a little bit longer than I normally would leave that. Why? Because when you're winding this thing through grass, it's gonna come through grass and it's gonna roll straight over like this, and no grass is gonna hang on that nose. So when you cut it really, really short, it's gonna stand out, grass is gonna hang it, and it could cause you from not getting that bite. So anytime I'm in grass, I'm gonna have a longer tag end. It's something so simple, but it goes through grass so much better. And throughout the day, you might get 15, 20 more casts without grass on the front of your bait, and it can easily be 2 or 3 bites. So something I always do when I'm fishing grass, you know, we're throwing this swim jig today. Go over the setup real quick. You know, this is an evergreen grass ripper swim jig with a Yamamoto Baits Zaco with a paddle tail. I'm throwing a 3/8 of an ounce bluegill color with a green pumpkin Zaco. You know, when I'm throwing a swim jig, I like a little bit bigger line. This is an 18-pound Daiwa J40 Samurai fluorocarbon line. You know, it's very sensitive. It goes through the grass really well. And the rod I like throwing, this is a Daiwa Tattoo Elite. It's a 7.3 multi-purpose, medium heavy rod by Brent Ayler. But when I'm throwing a swim jig, you want that 7 foot to maybe a 7.5 foot. But I really like that 7.2 to 7.4 foot range. That's why I'm going with the 7.3 medium heavy rod. You don't want something so heavy that you're gonna pull the hook out of their mouth, or you're gonna overfish the bait. I want something to kind of go through the bait where you can pop it out of the grass and get some bites there. As far as the reel, this is a Daiwa Tatula SV103 and a 7:1 gear ratio reel. You know, I've done it with the 6.3, I've done it with the 8.1. I really like that 7.1 though. It's right in the middle where you could slow it down a little bit, you can drop it down in holes, but when you get that bite, you have power and the speed to get them up out of that grass. And to me, guys, this is a perfect combination. With that little trick there, it works for me to get a lot more bites. All right, Jared, hey, that's been a good morning so far.
Yeah, man.
You know, we've caught 6 bass, you caught a monster pike.
That's awesome.
You know, we've been fishing shallow, the docks, the rocks, you know, offshore grass here. Really, really cool. But I'm thinking, you know, the sun's getting up a little bit higher. I really want to throw a crankbait. You fished some good crankbait stuff in the tournament. So did I. What do you say we go fish some crankbaits, some offshore grass type stuff, and see what happens now that, you know, we've been out here for a little bit, the sun's getting up.
Yep, a little bit of breeze. You got some new evergreen cranks. I got some new jackal cranks, so let's go give it a shot.
Yeah.
And see what happens. You guys don't forget to enter the gear giveaway for your chance to win some awesome Daiwa products. And
if you guys like this video, make sure you guys like, share, tag a friend. Stay tuned, more great stuff is coming. We're gonna catch some more fish.
Some big ones.
Some big ones too.